Currently, the Pokemon anime is airing the Masters 8, the tournament of all tournaments, where we see all the current champions of the anime battling it out. And to build up hype about this arc, the Pokemon anime Twitter started a retweet for support campaign a while back, where they asked people to support their favorite people, 7 out of 8 who were the regional champions, to see who was the most popular, and the extra one was Alon. So how did the fans vote? Who are the most popular champions? I think the result might surprise you. Now, there are a few things I want to mention to be fair to everything. First, this is not a time thing, so technically this is still going on. A few of the votes are so tight that they could change from the time this video is released to the future. And on top of that, some of the tweets are more recent than others, which means that they've had more time to be retweeted. However, I did want to wait a while after the final tweet just to make it fair for all the champions. So I tried to do everything I could to try to make sure this counting was as fair as possible. I just wanted to put those things out there just before we look at the results, okay? Alright. The number 1 most popular champion, and it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone by quite a bit actually, is Ash Ketchum. These types of polls are always going to be skewed since he is the main character. However, the internet also seems to despise Ash Ketchum, so to see him come first place with 15.2 thousand retweets is pretty cool. The next one is the surprising one. Steven comes in second place with 14.6 thousand retweets. I didn't realize he was this popular of a champion. This one is the result that surprised me the most. Coming in third place, just slightly behind him, Cynthia with 14.5 thousand retweets. I thought she would be second, and she could easily move up the future like I said, as they're pretty neck and neck. However, for now, she's third place. In fourth place here is the only non-regional champion here, that being Alon with 12.4 thousand retweets. He was portrayed pretty well in the XY anime and the fans seem to generally like him, although sadly, at the time of release of this video, he was also the first champion to get eliminated from the Masters 8. Behind Alon, and just slightly, is the newest champion on this list, at least in terms of the anime, that being Iris, who comes in 5th place with 12.3 thousand retweets. Again, this could change in the future, but for being the newest champion on this list, this isn't a bad placement. Coming in 6th place is the current reigning champion, that being Leon, with around 10.5 thousand retweets. Again, this was a little bit surprising to me because the internet seems to hate Leon, but this poll does show there is a quiet group of people that do like him as the champion. The second to last most popular champion, or maybe the second to least most popular champion in this case, is Diantha with just around 10,000 retweets. I think people found her battles in the game extremely easy and her personality a bit bland for being a champion. Because if this was just going off the anime, she probably has the third most screen time of any champion behind Leon and Cynthia from the games, so it's shocking that she fell this low. Which means, unfortunately, the least popular champion with just around 9.8 thousand retweets is the OG Dragon Master himself, Lance. Poor Lance. I also wanted to take a look at total interactions, that is the combination of likes and retweets, to see if this would change anything in terms of the placement. And for the most part, nothing does. All the characters who got the most retweets were also typically the ones who got the most likes, so they got the most interactions. However, there is a little anomaly. In this case, since Iris and Alon were already so close to begin with, while Alon got more retweets, he also got less likes than Iris on his tweet, which means that their estimated total interactions are actually tied. Pretty neat. Finally, I wanted to remove anime original characters, so Ash and Leon, and just take a look at the chart where there's a in-game champion. Again, that's not going to change the result, but it does allow us to see a list of champions and how people see them both through the lens of the game and in terms of the anime. And it's interesting to see such a steep drop off after the top 3 people. That could be for any multitude of reasons, but again, it does give us a good idea of what people feel about the in-game champions. And for some reason, whether it's either the games or their anime portrayal, Leon, Diantha, and Lance seem to not be so popular compared to the other champions. This was a pretty simple video, but from the moment these campaigns were announced, I really wanted to do this, so I hope you enjoyed this. If you liked this video, then drop it a like, help support my channel by subscribing if you want, or if you just want to hear my silly thoughts on random things including the Pokemon anime, you can follow me on Twitter at @TheRealPDGaming. I will talk to you guys later.